chat for your membership. What is one thing that you would say to people coming into trading for the first time or just looking into it now that there's a bear market, they might see an opportunity? What's a piece of advice you may give to them?
Well, let's get back up and running here. Everybody here on the live, thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. All right. Check. What is that? Okay. Watch me on Miss Teen Crypto, too. That was awesome. Okay. What happened was there was a big construction truck out here, and he connected to the electrical box, and he zapped the power for the entire street, and he blasted the live stream right off the air. So, okay, let's get back to brass tacks. We were looking at ES1 right here, right? This is right where we were. I was making a head and shoulder pattern possibly here. Let's go right back into where we were. Let's stay focused. This is the key of staying focused. Life will take you off your track. We had the most viewers almost in a long time, 864 viewers. We were plowing away. But you know what? The universe was going to push us back. You know what? Resistance is key. Every time you hit resistance, it builds you stronger. So it is, man. Get yourself an APU lifer, never offline again. What is an APU? Internet APU. But it was honestly, the APU would be connected to the APU. I don't see what an APU is. Not finding that there. Alternative power supply. I have an APU, Dewey. Oh yeah, but the internet would have stayed on if I had the AP. It's called a UPC, dude. Uninterrupted power supply. A UPS, dude. Like it's called a UPS. An uninterrupted power supply. That's what I call them. UP, you know. Yeah. You're right. I should get one of those. I have them. I use them for years. You're right. Then I would have been banging on them, regardless if the power went off. And I would have had it plugged in, and I would have kept streaming, and then the power would have come back on. Dude, I'm going to buy a UP. I'm going to order one tonight. Dude, and my stream would have kept going, and we would have been fine. Honestly, though, it might have stopped because the router was still connected downstairs, and I would have lost the internet. So it would have kicked me off anyway, unless my mom put the router on a UPC. So I must go down. I must get 2 UPCs, put the router on your UPC. I get it, and that's how we'll figure out this site. All right, let's get all the super chats, everybody. We had a lot of super chats. I want to clean them up, make sure we get to them. They were coming in strong. Crazy how the live stream just disappeared. Make sure your UPS is shipped FedEx. You're funny, man. Super chats 1, Kadena Mining Club, a Dana low on the rising wedge. Ship for the big short. Roddy says, do it. Defy him, RLC. I say UPS. You know, uninterrupted power supply. Yeah. A Tesla Powerwall keeps your entire house online for hours. Exactly. I don't have that, though. I'll get that eventually. I'm also staying at my parents' house. I can do anything I want at my house, not at this house. You know what I'm saying? My parents won't let me just start rewiring stuff. They're old. Old people don't like stuff like that, you know? How many people we got on the live right now? How many people did we recover? 233 people. That's it? That's the only people. That's the only amount of people we could recover. We had 864 people on that live. They got to come back to the live. How could they not know that we're live, baby? Part 2. It's so sad. We had 863 people banging. The energy was so high. Oh. All right, you're going to see me recover. You're going to show how. I'm going to teach you how to recover from a low blow. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, baby. I'm Mark Wahlberg. I bounce back from everything, baby. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It sucks, man. We had the algorithm pumping for us. We were doing really well, and you know what? You can't really... 258 people, 137 likes. Amazing that you guys already juiced us back up to that point. But wow, we were banging on them. Whatever, we have 2 streams today. Part 1 and part 2. People have to go to watch part 2. So we're looking for this part. We're worried. You know, we're not worried. We're getting prepared for possible making money on the downside. We're getting prepared to make money on the downside if this creates a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. Just something to think about. I'm not guaranteeing it. I'd rather the ascending triangle break up to the upside. It's kind of like Bitcoin. You know, the 4 hours attempting to flip. So S&P is not in the greatest place, but it's not in the worst place either. And look, that's resistance. We broke above. We bounced off of it. So we now have a bit of support here too. At about 4,200. So S&P, somewhat bullish, but the daily is what's, you know, on my mind here. Very overbought, straight in a line to the upside. I mean, what goes up must come down. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time. Where we go to is the question. can we bump up before we come down? And that's what we're looking at, all right? The 1 hour is very oversold, looking for a move here out of this flag. So we're looking for a move out of this flag for the S&P right here. See this? And this is what it is. If this breaks to the upside, all will be well. If it does not, then we could be making that head and the right shoulder. And, you know, we'll keep you updated throughout the day and tomorrow. So we want to see this break to the upside. We want to see this break resistance. You know, we see some bearish divvy here too, though. Look, swing up to swing up, swing down to swing down on the S&P on the 1 hour. That's bearish divergence, hands down. It kind of started all the way back here. So it's also not the best sign, you know. I wouldn't be surprised if we made a shoulder ahead and a right shoulder and dump back down to this liquidity zone. That would hurt Bitcoin too. So we'll take it one day at a time. We could also be decoupling. I'm open-minded for anything that's possible. Look at Bitcoin now liquidating the shorts at 23,790. We are getting the bounce as suggested for BTC. We also take a look every day at the dollar index. It's important we look at the dollar. We want to see what the dollar is doing. Put this in alphabetical order. Get our D's in a line here and get over to the DXY. So there's 3 DXYs. I don't know, one you can't really chart past like the daily. I don't understand what that is. This one with the 0 there. I don't know if it's a futures. But look, we're showing this shoulder, possible head, and a shoulder for the DXY, right? This is what I've been talking about. I haven't seen anyone else talk about. I have it waiting here. It's a possibility, and I would love to see us dump to the downside. We also talked about a bearish retest yesterday of the lower trend line. Do you remember? Were you focused? Are you focused with me? So let's zoom in here. So we don't want this. So we kind of had, and we had this bearish retest. We got back in the pattern. So not what I wanted to happen. The dollar broke back inside the pattern on the daily, and it has momentum on the daily. We just don't want to see the dollar break above this resistance right here. That's going to be my line in the sand. This is a W. Look at the double bottom on the dollar. That's a W. You got to heed this stuff. Most people don't want to put in the work to put all this in their mind at once and realize that's how much it takes to learn how to be a great trader. When I first sat with my mentor, he showed me all this stuff, and I was like, really? I got to think of all this to make one trade? I was like, that's mentally taxing. I don't have it. I didn't have the mental stability or the mental focus to really be a great trader. I didn't. I wanted the easy way. I thought there was going to be some indicator to help me, to take me to the right place, but there really isn't. It's about time in the market, busting your butt, and moving forward every single day. So resistance right there, but this is a falling wedge that breaks up, all right? And you're in this bigger channel. Could try to make it tighter and say you're still out of it in a way. To me, you broke back in the pattern. I would have wanted to see the bearish retest there, and we didn't get it. 4 hour got extremely high too yesterday, and I was like, we won't get through that, but we did. We did. But we are seeing heavy resistance. Look, right there and right there for the 4 hour. And it's pointing to the downside. We want to see this dump. Yeah, I can even bring it up here. Yeah. It did break out of the channel, though. You see that? I wanted to see it not break out. But we are at resistance, and we got a red candle on the 4 hour. We want to see this dump back inside the pattern. 4 hour take you down, baby. Take you down. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. The 1 hour is oversold now. Similar to Bitcoin, though. That's a little weird, right? Are they going to... Every 1 out of 50 days, they bounce together for like 5 hours. They do. Randomly, you know? So we're looking for an M pattern here on the 1 hour. Ooh, that made a move the candle made a move as I was moving. So look, we don't want the dollar to get above this zone, 107. That's going to be a big deal. All right? So we're watching closely the levels that we need to keep as resistance for the dollar index to keep us afloat. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on at 357. Why wouldn't whoever was watching just come right back and hit the same channel? Is their attention span that bad? We lose 500 people? Really? 500 people can't find the new stream? Is that really what it is? Or they really think I would really just go off and just disappear? Let me send it to Twitter again. Dude, that power outage set me back because the algorithm was, but you can't let things get in your head. So I could get in my head right now. I'm back. I had 860. Now I'm going to be back at 600 tomorrow. That's going to affect tomorrow's stream. Everything affects everything, you know? And so, you know, Doge to 10 cents, possibly. Bitcoin, the calm before the storm. Alts are ready. Part 2, we're back in action, baby. All right. Filecoin oversold in the 15, banging on them. Now I won't be on Twitter anymore because I just didn't do the restream. I went right to YouTube. Okay. But we're back on, man. I don't know. The people that were there, why wouldn't they just keep coming back? I would just be like, well, my stream dipped while he was talking. I would sit at my computer, and I would just click on the next link right when he came back on. I feel like we should have the same 864 people right back on. Immediately. Like, why not? Doesn't make any sense to me. You know? We have 800 people in the trading group. You'd think they'd all want to learn. Okay, that's the... Oh, yeah. Okay, so look. All right, we did what we could. Let's get back into the action. 420 people, 221 likes. Let's get it moving. Dude, the chat revenue was beaming. We can't even see what it was. I got to get over my OCD. All right, so the dollar index, we don't want to break through that. That's the idea here. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. And then we're going to juxtapose it with Tether dominance. Take a look at what we see happening in the markets. Why do we put Bitcoin dominance next to Tether dominance? Well, stick around and you'll see why. So look, Bitcoin dominance desperately is getting tighter and tighter in a wedge. Only a matter of time till that wedge breaks to the upside, right? Let's take a look at the daily time frame for Bitcoin dominance. And it's extremely low and wants to pump to the upside. Now, you'd want to see US Tether dominance dumping at this case, all right? So we're going to juxtapose the dominances. We've been able to figure this out here a few times. We like to do this every Tuesday. Spicy. Shout out to Tom Crown acting spicy every single day. We love you, Tommy. We see you, baby. We see you out there, Tommy. Grinding every day. Okay, so they're kind of in conjunction. That's usually not a good sign, all right? And we'll explain why. However, we do keep hitting resistance and dumping to the downside. That would be great if we do that. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. 4 hour. 4 hours overbought. Let's take a look at the 4 hour here. 4 hours oversold. So this is good. The dailies are offset. But let's take the 4 hour first. All right. So Bitcoin pumps to resistance. This dumps. Right? So we're looking for a move for Bitcoin dominance to let go of some of its dominance and for Bitcoin to take back some of that dominance. We'll then reassess the situation. Once we get high here, I'll put an alert. I hope this alert. Sometimes you can't put alerts on dominance. If that ever happens, see that? Yeah, continue anyway. And then I'll raise it right there. When the 4 hour hits, I want to know. So we're watching this. This suggests that Bitcoin could get a bit of a pump here. Because why would dominance, US Tether dominance lose? All right. Now the daily is a little bit different. All right. The daily is a little bit different. Oh no, so sorry. I messed up. I was looking at the daily. I would have sworn I was on the 4 hour. So look, the Bitcoin dominance is pushing down on the 4 hour. While Tether dominance is pushing down on the 4 hour. So that's a little weird. To me, that's altcoin season. You see? If money is flowing out of Bitcoin and out of Tether, where the heck is it going? It's going into the altcoins. So if Bitcoin dominance is going to fall while Tether dominance falls, to me, it just suggests that the altcoins have to be pumping, right? Or people are just selling their US Tether for USD. You know, it just doesn't make any sense. So that tells me the money, the US Tether has to be going into the altcoins, which could mean that we have some altcoin moves coming while Bitcoin goes sideways here, which is another key insight. All right. So we're going to, that's kind of what we figured out by juxtaposing Bitcoin dominance and Tether dominance. We do that here on the channel all the time. So we went over Bitcoin. We're going to go over total, the entire market cap of cryptocurrencies too. Then we juxtapose Bitcoin dominance with Tether dominance. We do so much here that you don't see on any other channel. I don't care what channel you're on, you just don't see it. Because all I do is sit here with my brain and play with ways to analyze the charts. Fun, more innovative ways. And I want to be different than anything you've ever seen on YouTube. I want to do it in a new, expressive, creative way. And so that's why you see the semi-cup and handies and the ups and downs and the divergences and the projections, the stochastics alerts, so much going on here that isn't going on anywhere else. And I love what we do. And I love the results. If we didn't make results, you could say whatever you want, but the results are, the proof is in the pudding. Every single time. No one can take away your work ethic as long as you grind harder than everybody else. They can't say anything about you. Just work harder than everybody else and you will achieve all your dreams. You will live in the biggest house on the block. You have the biggest boat in the harbor and you will be the boss of bosses, baby. And you know what? Who cares about being the biggest of the biggest? You'll be able to help the smallest of the smallest. You'll be able to help people on a daily basis. You'll be able to snap your fingers and change people's lives. And that's the key. So look at the total market cap. We're holding the zone that I talked about here at $1.11 trillion. 111, baby. As long as we hold 111, we're going to boom back up here. Now we're going to retest this area and we could make an M. And that might be no good for a dump back down. We'll deal with that when we approach this zone. We'll be looking at the smaller time frames, looking for a move back up on the 15 and the 1 hour, and hope that we get above this resistance. Right now, there's a 68% chance we break to the upside based on this falling wedge, based on the tight moving averages, and based on the low stochastics in the 1 hour and the 4 hour time frame. So right now, I am bullish on Bitcoin pumping to the upside to total, going up to $1.21 trillion. However, we're going to have to break through this level first at 1.16, and that is going to be big resistance. So total market cap also gives us some insight as to where the rest of the market is going. We made a higher low here compared to this. We need to put in a higher high. So total market cap must break this high at 1.17 to remain bullish. If we don't break 1.17, we will make an M pattern and dump to the downside. It's that simple. Okay. Shout out to everybody here on the live that jumped on in after we got disconnected. 407 people, 257 likes. Can't believe we couldn't get the 860 back. Where did the 460 people go? Into the abyss of YouTube? We lost them completely? They just felt like, and we were right. We were going over some deep insight too. Like it wasn't like it was just, I don't think it was worth it to leave the stream here at this point, So let's take a look at the total market cap of all of altcoins. We had a heavy resistance that we needed to get above here. Resistance, resistance, resistance. We attempted to break it. Let's take a look here at what happened for total 3. The entire market cap of all the altcoins, excluding Ethereum and Bitcoin. All right. So you can see that I have this idea drawn that we're in a rising wedge that breaks down 68% of the time. I felt like we did break down right there. See that? Now, I'm just trying to be as open-minded as possible, but I mean, that trend just continued up and we did break. You could try to say we're still in the trend a little bit. That's splitting hairs. Touching the 200-day moving average, and we're in that same wedge that Bitcoin's, everything's in the wedge. See? So altcoins desperately need the same break up and to break above the resistance. This is pretty key because if we can't get above here, we're going to have a nice short on our hands, right? And maybe a bearish retest and dump back down to the zone. But if we break above here, we can kind of cancel out this whole rising wedge, and it will really change everything. So that level for the altcoins, $445 billion, is the level that we are going to have to achieve to get back above. We're going to have to get back above it. That's a big deal. So if we don't get it back above that level, we're going to have some issues. Okay? So bang. So that's what we're looking at. 445 billion must be broken. That's a big deal right now for the altcoins. So remember that. Keep that on your mind. That's a key, insightful way to figure out where the market's going to go. All right. The Dow Jones pumping now, which is a good sign. I like to see the Dow pump. It's a good thing. The 1 hour was low. We pumped to the upside. We broke above resistance so far right now. We didn't flag out like I suggested, so we could just raise this flag. And do we flag out somewhere up here now? We're overbought on the 1 hour. We're extremely overbought on the 4 hour, right? But we did break above resistance. Yeah, overbought on the 4-hour too as well. And these rising wedges, like everything did it. Like Bitcoin, everything did it. They're going to have to break out parabolically, like, shoof, you know, or we're going to see at least some type of pullback. However, we did break this zone, and we could make a flag and continue out. We could just breach out of this. But I'm overbought on the 1 hour. I'm overbought on the 4 hour. And I'm overbought on the daily time frame. I mean, there's got to be, if we don't pull back, we got to go sideways. Sideways is the most bullish thing we could do now till price action touches the 21-day moving average on the Dow Jones. So we could be making a pullback. Who knows? A bounce off here wouldn't be too bad because this is a nice support zone. All right. So some struggles on the Dow Jones. The S&P also, everything's getting a little extended. All right. As the S&P breaks 43, though, not too shabby. Are we short squeezing on the S&P? 15-minute has a bit of momentum. Interesting. So that's the total market cap. The total market cap of all the altcoins without Ethereum and Bitcoin. U.S. Tether dominance, Bitcoin dominance, the dollar index, the Dow Jones. And we also like to throw in ETHBTC because it gives you an indication of what's happening to the altcoins as well. ETHBTC. Then we're getting into all the super chats. I'm so sorry that they got disrupted. So we're just watching this flag on ETHBTC. It stays in this flag. It's going to continue. You don't want to see ETHBTC break 0.0075. 0.075 is going to be a big deal for it. Breaks that area. And again, it's like everything else. We don't want to make an M pattern. So everything is waiting on the breach above these resistance zones. We're either going to breach or we're going to make an M. We make the M, we're coming down. That's going to be consistent across the board. Total, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ethereum BTC, you name it. Everybody, are you going to Sandwich Finance every single day? Sandwich.finance. And are you downloading the brand new BTC and USDC charts for all of the exchanges that you're using? If you're not, you may be missing out on gains, and you may be missing out on a coin that could help you achieve massive moves. So remember, today I woke up this morning, first thing I did was delete my old list and pop in 2 new lists right here. And so these are brand new coins. You might not have one of these on because you don't have the newest list. All right. Ubix banging on them to the upside, making huge gains. That's my baby. Remember Ubix? And look, it broke out of the rising wedge. We want Bitcoin to do this. We want all the coins that are in these wedges to break out. Huge. Doge 3L took some, took a leap of faith. So we already saw the gains that we took this morning. All right. And we showed you all the gains that we hit. OPCT is up a little bit too. We talked about this one breaking out. It broke out. It did the bounce here on the 1 hour time frame. I think it got 8 or 9%. What did it get? Wow. 10.79. That ain't bad in the morning. I'll take 10% every single day of my life, baby. I'll talk about this BOA. Now, I was just watching it, saying, it's definitely something to start watching. It went all the way to the 786 retracement before I bounced back to the upside. Could be starting its bigger move. You want to look at the daily time frame the most, and it's very oversold and just getting started at a 786 retracement, touching the 21-day moving average. I wouldn't be surprised if this did some damage. Just something to think about on your radar. Talked about OGN making a move. It just did it right now, up 9%. Inverted head and shoulder getting tight. Huge candle for OGN out of nowhere. Unbelievable. BOOKMAP got interrupted, but let's take a look now. They're short squeezing again here, and they're staying flat. These orders are still waiting. They're the biggest orders here, 23,500. They're looming. Whether they're blocking someone or doing something, whatever they're doing, they're pushing for an idea that we may go to the upside. I also posted 4 or 5 trades earlier today in the trading group. All right. So that's been out there already for everybody. Let me pop back into the chat and get into the super chats. Let's just clean them up. We have 20 minutes to clean up the super chats. Let's get it done. The real ones are still here. The Abyss. Check out the NetFlow. Cat videos. Marfogo News is an energy solar generator for all his live streams. He's the man, dude. Smart man. Bitcoin broke the trend line on the 1 hour. Gala is popping off. Super chats. One Kadena Mining Club NFT. Kadena. ADA. Kadena is an amazing project. Someone asked for a Kadena deep dive. I mean, I feel like that would take the whole program, Could you look at ENQ? We'll take a look at ENQ. Super chats. One Kadena. RLC, could you please touch on the inflation when talking about the world markets? Spell Lunatics token at ENQ. I don't want to go over Lunatics ever again. I said that yesterday. Don't make me go over Lunatics. Boom. NetFlow. Maddoxer, Jupiter. Okay, look at one, Kadena Mining. So Kadena is a great project. It's got some of the people from Google behind it. Some big company execs are behind Kadena, or people that have worked on the big Fortune 500 companies. Kadena is a big deal, all right? I'll just tell you that right off the bat. I believe it's a good DCA. It was one of the only projects I thought about DCAing into when we went down to 150 area for Kadena. So it's been on my radar. I like Kadena, and I believe it's, I think it's a slow mover. You're not going to get huge low-cap gem gains out of it because it's not a low-cap gem, all right? So that's something you have to remind yourself about. And, yeah, so Kadena, $362 million market cap. I mean, it could easily get to $3 billion and do a 10x. I could see this easily a $20 coin. It was $27 already, right? And its all-time high, this thing was sitting at about $24 a coin, and it came out at 41 cents. It did a 50x, over a 50x, if you do the math there, and it did it fast. It's down at the bottom again, but with a higher low, starting to form that same bottom, that bear market bottom. Kadena. Dollar cost averaging is the way you change your life. I did it many times on many different coins. I put 500 in 10 or 12 times. Next thing you have $5,000 of a coin. You don't even know how you did it. You just stayed at work and you kept grinding. You did your research and you bought what you thought was possible. Again, I'm saying what I did. Like, I'm thinking of myself as you. I was me. And so I do my own research and I bought what I thought was possible. ES1 is still blasting up, which is crazy. That's creating somewhat of a frenzy here. Look at that. ES1 moving. That 4-hour could flip for you and pump to the upside. I want to get above the resistance, though. All right. Funny, we just talked about this. Look at the 1 hour's about to blast. I mean, look at that. That is going to push Bitcoin up. This continues to go to my measured move. That's going to push Bitcoin back to the upside. All right. Let's take a look at Spell. Spell token on Binance. Spell in a nice flag about to pop, in my humble opinion. Ascending triangle. Wow, that's nice. 1 hour's ready to go with Bitcoin and the S&P. So the S&P pumps. Spell's going to pump with it. Oversold on the 1 hour time frame. About to bounce. The POC right there. Gets above that. That thing is going. Gone. Gone, baby, gone, right? So look for it to move here for Spell. 18% gains coming. It breaks that resistance. It's gone, too. Doesn't have a lot holding it back. All right. Spell. I'll put my stop loss below the previous low here and let it rip. Spell looks good on the 1 hour. Spell is a little overbought on the 4 hours, so that tells you that you may not, you're high risk now, and the 50-minute needs to flag on out. So time to get in was here at the bottom of the pattern. Already be up. Right now it's a little shaded and jaded. So there's Spell. 50-minute probably has to come back down to the bottom of the pattern one more time. So that's how I would get into it. I would wait for the 50-minute to reset sideways, halfway. What you do is just put an alert here. I put a blue line right here. You don't even have to put it on the stochastics. I used to all the time. You don't have to. And you can even just right-click here. Or see how there's always a plus with a circle in it? That's always going to be an alert. You can put alert right there. So when Spell comes down on the 15, my alert will hit. Now, it might pump out and do a retest. Either way, it doesn't matter. It comes down and bounces here. I want to buy into here, and I want to buy into there. I don't know what's going to happen, but my alert section will basically teach me, and then I'll get in at the right time. So it's not about nailing it every time. It's about either getting the bottom of the pattern or the retest at the top. Stochastics are really reset and hit the bottom at both times. Look, every time we hit the bottom of this pattern, bottom of this pattern, bottom of this pattern, the Stokes were low, Stokes were low, Stokes were low. So that's all that you see here, right? Spell on the S&P here. Spell, no, not the S&P, but Spell. I could see the Spell moving to the upside. I'm just waiting for the perfect entry on the 15-minute. All right. Spell looks good, but watching another 15. Can you check AVAX USDT? For sure. Thank you so much for the super chat. Much appreciated to you and yours. And honestly, I'm going to make something really clear here. This group is not like the average trading groups you've been in. It's not run by a 24 kid with a bunch of other analysts he's thrown together. I'm a grown man. I demand respect. I demand you give respect. Don't treat me like a dog. Don't treat me like some, don't whip me. Because some people in my trading group are like, do this, do that. And I'm like, you don't come and pay $99 and start whipping me around, all right? And you treat everyone with respect and kindness. I've only had to kick 2 people out of the group in the last 2 years. 2 people. Because their vibes were so bad that I had to remove them from the group. So out of thousands of people, because people have come in and out, even though I have 800 people, people have come in and out. So like a few thousand people, only 2 people have ever been removed. One person talked about his brother, then blamed everything he did on everybody else, and it was just bad juju. Another person was swearing and really upsetting all my admins and creating horrible negative energy. So most times I attract the right type of people. And so we usually don't have to deal with any of that like the other groups have to deal with. I don't like memes. I don't like jokes that that could even somewhat come close to offend a woman. All right? Don't post things that you think could offend a lady. We're proper gentlemen in my group. There's ladies, there's young men, there's 12-year-old kids, 15-year-old people with their dad learning. There's so many people in my group. There's no profanity. There's no negative energy, and you got to stay positive and you got to push it forward, all right? And don't nitpick on me either. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't like rehash something that happened yesterday and try to make like that's all negative energy. If it's not a chart, if it's not progressing, if you're not helping someone else, just keep it to yourself. All right? And I'm serious because I want everyone to have a really good enjoyable time in the trading group. And that I have to regulate the energy to make sure that everyone does have an enjoyable good time. And honestly, nothing has happened in the group. It's been beautiful. I just want to keep it beautiful because we're growing fast. I want all the new people out there to realize that how you treat everyone in the group is important. How you behave in the group is important. What you say, how you talk, and the way you speak represents you and the group. And I want complete respect in that group. So this is not your average trading group. I would like everyone to kind of step up the way they behave in there and make sure everyone feels comfortable, positive, and beautiful. So that's just something to think about. All right. Everything's been going well, but I just want to control the narrative and make sure people understand that we do create a beautiful space because it's all about learning. And when people feel comfortable, loved, and positive, they get to learn at the highest and fastest rate possible. So it's all about the education. Again, I bring up the 4 Ds every day. You must have the desire to go after what you want. You must have the discipline to continue to do the right things every day to keep yourself in the right space. You must have the dedication to do it every day. And you must have the determination to keep going, even though you hit roadblocks or things get in your way. You must be determined to continue to the upside. It does not matter. Shout out to the 523 people here, 320 likes. It's like an old live stream now. Isn't that funny? A damaged live stream looks better than an old live stream. Unbelievable. Shout out to the super chat. Shout out to everybody here. Thank you so much for jumping on in. I'm so sorry about the power outage. I will look to get a UPS as soon as possible. Possible inverted head and shoulder on Bitcoin 15-minute. I love you, lifer. Thank you. You all removed. Me and my son are in the group. I'm 45 and he is 19, and we are loving it. Dude, I love that there's a 19-year-old and a 45-year-old in the group together learning. That's amazing. So I do like Spell on the radar, okay? So for Spell, we're looking for a reset to the bottom of the pattern, okay? To the bottom of the pattern. And remember, why do I give so much away every day? Why do I teach so much? Because I could die tomorrow. And I want to go to my maker and say, hey, I did what I had to do. To me, my most important thing is my relationship with God. So that's the most important thing to me. Everything else will come. If I put God first, then everything else will come. And if you put God first, God made everybody. So if God made everybody and everyone's a creation of God, you can't disrespect anybody. So once you start putting God first, it takes care of all the other issues in your life because you don't do the other, because you can't do those things if you put God first. Like you can't insult somebody. You can't use negative energy. You can't be a horrible person if you put God first. It just doesn't work. You think that big 23-car order is likely to get filled? I don't know. I don't think, man. I just trade the way it's supposed to be traded. Trading group is amazing. You're really missing out if you're not in there. Level up and take your crypto journey to the next level. Best thing I did in crypto. Amen, brother. I concur. Shout out to CMAS. Shout out to Roddy Robinson, David Kettle, and everybody here on the live. Possible inverted. Shout out to Crypto Madden 409. I love that. Crypto Madden. I like that. That's cool. All us Madden heads used to play Madden in college all day long. It was so awesome. Madden is like the funnest thing to do ever. I don't know why, but it's just something so fun about playing Madden. Those little digital hearts. I love that. That movie, The Breakup. Look at my little guys with little digital hearts. They just don't take days off, man. You guys are taking days off. My guys don't take days off. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I don't know what it is. It's so funny. Okay. Someone asked about Shiba Inu short. He wants to short Shibi. You do whatever makes you happy. Let me take a look if I would short SHIB. Let me take a look at what I see happening for Shiba Inu. All right. Okay, so SHIB, we talked about SHIB making a boom, and it did. It bounced nicely, up 47% gains out of SHIB. Beautiful. Look at that. So we even had an idea, and I put a SHIB out like at the beginning of August, man. 45% gains out of SHIB. That's beautiful. All right. So look. Someone wants a short SHIB. I mean, it's oversold in the 4 hour, and it's touching the 21. The daily's beat to the ground. I get it. I get it. So you could just short the daily. I mean, the short was already there at the beginning, and then it's coming down, in my humble opinion. The daily could flip by the 4 hour. I've seen it happen. Anything is possible. I mean, what I'm seeing here is some movement. I'm seeing a bit of a bull flag. The 1 hour's in a flag here, too, in this little flag. We'll zoom in on the 15 and show you that flag now. So you got a flag here on the 15. Right? Kind of a bull pennant. You're above a POC right there. But you're getting overbought. So 15-minute could make one more move out and then retest. You want to buy the retest, or if the 15-minute gets rejected, I buy the space here. Shorting SHIB, the daily says yes. The 4 hour, you'd have to get, I wouldn't short it until the 4 hour spits back up to the upside. So look, this could break on out on you. This could break up for sure. And then demolish you on a short. So I personally think there's better trades out there than shorting SHIB. Yeah. You just saw SHIB pump and you're like, I'm going to short whatever, just pump. I mean, that's some people's strategy. I don't think it's a good strategy. I think it's garbage. And I'm not saying it's your strategy, and I'm not saying yours is garbage, because I don't know your strategy. So don't couple those things. But I do see people, their whole strategy is, oh, I see a green pump, I'm just going to short. They short everything after a green pump. I don't know. It's not my cup of tea. So look, this 4 hour wants to pump. I mean, now it could go down lower and continue to dump. But that thing could rip and rip back up here to the target. Then we might see a short. I wouldn't short this till the 4 hour gets above the dotted line. That's me personally. That's my trading style. You have to develop yours. Okay? Shiba Inu. Let's take a look at RLC here. RLC on KuCoin. So I talked about RLC making a move to the upside down here. We nailed it. Look at that. 90% gains out of RLC. I drew a Fibonacci. I saw that it was in the golden pocket. Look at this. I drew a fib. We had bounced off the golden pocket. We came back. We had bounced off the 706. Bang. We did break this trend line, but we got held by the 706, and we didn't get stopped out from our initial entry, and this thing continued to go 90%. Actually, even more when we really look at that wick, 138. So I delete all my old work. Can't use it now unless you made money off of it. It's over, right? And we want to look at the next scenario for RLC. So the first thing we saw, look, shoulder, bit of a head and a shoulder, even though you have that upwinded right side of the head. That's a little strange. We have resistance right here. So RLC hit resistance because look, I mean, this previous bounce, resistance whipped into that area. Wow, so RLC is showing some signs of life, but look, it's very high on the daily time frame. Everything's waiting on this weird anomaly, like this like it's just like we're all gonna pump on the high daily. Most of the time, you're making a dump back to the downside here. So what I would do is what I did before. I found my lows, I found my highs. There's my low right there. I drag up to the top here on a fib. And when we come back down to the 618 or one of these 0.5 fib areas and touch the 21, that may be time, right? Also, the stochastics are a little high. I want to let you know that I am not 100%. Nothing I say is guaranteed to happen. This could pump tonight and go up huge. I personally don't take these trades because that's overbought. That's overbought. And these areas usually aren't the best areas to be opening up a trade. So I don't open up trades up here when the stochastic, I wait for them to come on down. So personally, I would wait for the Stokes to reset. I'd have an alert on RLC right around here, and I really wouldn't touch it till the daily begins to retrace. But that keeps me from a lot of pain and not chasing too. Now, it may pump. Who cares? It may pump a little more, make some real bearish, and then take a nasty dip. And then you'll still be right when it comes down here. So you're not really missing. If it pumps, you're not missing the pump. You're waiting for the best entry. Remember that. You're in charge. Okay? Don't beat yourself up. You didn't miss anything. Everyone's always like, oh, I missed that. You didn't miss anything. Like when you set up a coin and it doesn't go where you want, you didn't miss it. Just didn't do what you said it was going to do. That's fine. You didn't miss it. Set up your parameters and only trade what plays in into your favor. Okay? Don't chase anything, and if you and don't feel like you never missed anything. God has you right where you want to be. Okay? If you're supposed to fail, then you're supposed to fail to learn. And that failure was the best learning experience of your life. Whenever I suffer losses, I count the victory, baby. Every single time. So look, swing up to swing up, swing down to swing down. That is hidden bullish divergence. Okay? That tells you that the trend will continue to the upside with oversold stochastics and the MACD trying to turn on you. I don't like where the daily is. Daily's very oversold, pointing to the downside. You would have to get some type of crazy move back to the upside here. However, you're sitting at the 706 fib. You did retrace. ENQ is interesting to me right now. It could make some huge gains. It just has high risk on the daily. However, we played ABVC yesterday, even though it was high on the daily, and we took that 4-hour time frame for 18% gains. So, you know what? I'll put out ENQ because it's sitting at some good spots on the fib, and it's showing signs of life with a huge gain, 118% gains. But just remember, oversold on the 1 hour, and 4 hour, right? Is the 1 hour also oversold or is it beat up? Ooh, 1 hour is high. Oversold on the 4 hour only. Yeah, see, I'm gonna move on from this trade. There's just too many ups and downs on this trade right now. You see? It's not sitting in the sweet spot. Right now I put an alert though on the 1 hour. Down here. And when the alert hits this area, then I may think of getting into this, you know. Maybe it double bottoms here. Well, that was weird. I got frozen for a second. Should have making this high or low, but the 1 hour wants to dump on you. So maybe you come and make a double bottom. Touch the 200-day on the 1 hour. You know, this comes on down. And then that's your key. Again, nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. You're going to have to figure out your own trading style. I'm just teaching you mine. All right. Let's take a look at AVAX, USDT. And thank you for all the recovered super chats. Appreciate you guys. Possible inverted on Bitcoin on the 15. Okay. B-Rise, super chats. Ada. 33 subscribe. Congratulations, Lifer, from the Blue Crew. Please touch on inflation. I believe inflation is going to continue. They're not going to stop inflation. Then we're going to hit stagflation for a while, and then we're going to see some serious pain in the market. Yeah, we called this pump for AVAX. Up 16% gains, and right now, look, it's up. Beautifully up 9%. You know, we did call that pump. Beautiful. Aurora and AVAX together, and that's actually still in the money. AVAX has been hot. We all know that, right? So AVAX has been in the money. It's been a hot coin. So look, it came back down on a falling wedge here. This is oversold in the 1 hour. Looks like it would be oversold in the 4 hour too. It is, right? So I would just pattern trade this to the upside. Swing B, brother, going down to 0. Hey, anything could happen, man. Maybe. Use a stop loss, and if it did, then get out. I don't know what to tell you. So look, AVAX. Let's take a look at the daily. Daily's probably overbought, like everything in its, you know, and it could come back down here. So after a huge pump like that, you pull your fibs. $30.34. All right. Swing B, brother, going down to 0. I don't know. Super chats 1, Ada, and Swing B. I thought I did one already. I'm not doing one because I already put one out of my trading group, and I don't want to give it out. So there. But I'll do Cardano. All right. The weekly is very overbought. Yes, it is. One is trying to pump. I put one in the trading group already. My whole crew has it. If you want to see that chart, you got to go to the trading group. I'm not giving it out for free. AVAX looking like it could make a big move here. I like the daily could be spinning back to the upside. It's one of the things that's it's pushing, but it could flip. The 4-hour really wants to push us up. AVAX 3L is the trade of the day for me personally. All right, I believe that's what I'm going to be jumping into. AVAX 3L looking really nice. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. 1 hour's oversold. Let's look at the 15. 15 just needs to come back down to my sweet spot. But with a proper stop loss, could be just a perfect place. Regardless, I like AVAX for a move here. And you can trade AVAX 3L for more gains. All right. I love ApeCoin on the daily. Your take. We'll take a look at ApeCoin on the daily. Algo and Biko. Hey, Lifer, if you have time to check Uni, it would be amazing. Send in a super chat, please. I greatly appreciate it. I love ApeCoin on the daily. Your take. Swing B. All right. And shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for the $25 in super chats. 525 people that jumped back in. We lost 300 people, but we're still banging on them. The fact that we got 528 to come back into a broken stream, blessings on blessings. It shows amazing. Where did the 300 people go, though? We had them at hello. We were about to go to 1,000 today. The live stream was going to bang. We'll get there. We'll get there. A little bit of me is like, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Someone said ES1 is just continuing to rip. And, ooh, look at that. Look at that Rip City, baby. ES1 is ripping on the 15. Ripping on the 1 hour. Look at that. Still with momentum. Look at the size of that candle. That is good for Bitcoin, baby. That is good for Bitcoin. We get above this resistance. That's what I've been talking about. We break through this channel. Everything could change. S&P going to 43, 45, 44. Dude, they passed that bill, and they're past that bill in the law, the $700 billion, and they're going to start buying stocks again. This is them buying the money right now, man. So obvious what they're doing. When you watch the charts and then you see the news, you can see exactly what they're doing. We got 33,000 subs today, 33,030 subs. We crossed 33,000 subscribers today. A milestone in my life. Shout out to each and every one of you for jumping on in. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. BBY won't stop today. LOI. I don't know what that is. Memes going nuts. People aping in. If they didn't tune into the live but joined after the start, they won't arrive here till later. And I like Starly. Starly up. Actually did hit the target, 52%. Actually, even more. We talked about Starly. You don't know what you're talking about, man. Stop sharing the wrong info. What is this dude saying? Okay. I stay away from negative energy, man. It's all good. BB's Blackberries, smooth-brained apes. The wrinkled brains are working on BBY. What's up, Sam Wise? How you feeling today, dude? Thank you so much, man. You're the first person to ask me how I'm feeling. Nobody did that in the whole chat. I'm feeling great, dude. Thank you so much. Maybe someone did, actually. I wasn't able to read it. So you're the first person I was able to see. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. How you feeling, Joshua? Hope you're having a wonderful day, dude. Appreciate you and yours, man. Thank you. Let's take a look at ASTR here on KuCoin, ASTR Network. Someone asked me about it yesterday. We went over it. It's low on the daily, but look at the dump it took. Look at that last time I looked at it. So let's see. Why did that happen? Well, we were overbought on the 4 hour, and you started to fall down, and boom. You know? Funny, I drew this. I'm like, maybe they'll come down and grab liquidity and boom us to the upside. I actually said that. I drew it. You see that? Looks like they're doing exactly that. I've seen this before. It looks really nice. They come down, they grab all the stops, and then boom to the upside. It's interesting. It's like a broken pattern. Kind of have to go with this now. That's ugly. I don't even like that. Hold on. Okay, you got a flag here. You're trying to push up. I don't know much about this project. I'm not a huge fan of it at the moment. You also kind of look low, high, lower, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, higher, low, higher, low, higher, high. That's almost a lower low, isn't it? It's a double bottom there. You break this, you make a lower low. That's a downtrend. Isn't a falling wedge to the upside here. 4 hour has momentum. 1 hour is pushing to the downside and holding support. It's weird. It's like an M. Some weird price action. I'll give you that. Not easy to figure out at all. You know, one of the stranger ones I've looked at in the last few days for sure. I can scalp it on the 1 hour to the upside. That's about it. I don't know. I wouldn't touch this till it got back above this zone and showed me that it had support here. Then I would think about trying to trade it and swing trade it. But it has heavy resistance. Look, shoulder, head, and a shoulder there. Some bearish tones. Let's look at that 22-hour. 22-hour is low. Wants to push back to the upside. I mean, I'm not saying this can't pump. It just, I think there's way better trades out there. Personally, I'm moving away. Is that a possible upside down cup and handle on AVAX USD? Like this is a cup and then the handle comes out of it? Honestly, it's in a beautiful bowl. I don't know. I would disagree. I don't see what you're seeing. No. No, I don't see an upside down inverted cup and handle. I just don't. Sorry. 22-hour wants to bang on AVAX too. AVAX 3L looks like it's going to blast. I'm telling you right now. Let's take a look at AVAX 3L. On the 22-hour. Right? That's the time frame you trade this puppy. Let's take a look. Let's make some sense of this. So that's the flag right there. You're somewhat double bottoming. You hold that zone, you're gone. I see the bigger pattern at play here now, though. It's like this. Just like we had before. Oops, sorry. Give me my white line. Heavy focus every day, man, is really good for the brain. To me, we kind of broke out, broke back in, but that trend line still sees the 45. So that's how I would trade this. Not perfect, but there you go. AVAX 3L for the win. Looking money on the 22-hour. All right. Be careful. Anything is possible. You get stopped out at any moment. Bitcoin could do something funky. You never know what is going to happen. I like to make sure my risk reward ratio is a 3 or above. My stop loss is in between price action and the 200. AVAX 3L, this thing looks like it could do serious damage. Someone asked me what my favorite cheese was. I said damage. Very simple, you know. Damage cheese, man. Because that's... And we're going to come out with our own damage cheese. We're going to make some flavor. Now, could we make it a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder? I'm open-minded at any given moment in time for anything, all right? But this looks like it's scrumptious. The 22-hour looks good to go. The 4-hour looks good to go. AVAX 3L on my radar, all right? Okay, let's take a look at AVAX 3L. And again, everything I post, you got to chart it yourself. You got to figure out if it fits your trading style, and then you take the trade if it fits your trading style. I do not tell anyone what to buy or sell ever, for any reason, ever, okay? I'll never take control of your account. If someone ever DMs you, say, hey, send this much to here, that is a scammer doing something shady. I would never ask you for money for any single reason. There's fake Twitter accounts, there's fake Facebook accounts, there's fake every type of account out there for me. They're always trying to impersonate me and do something strange. They do really wacky things. Like I'm 3089 on Discord. They call their name number 3089, and then I still have a different number. Always look at the blue number Discord gives you. The white is someone's name. Look for the blue number. Don't be fooled. All right? Every day they're trying to scam a lifer, but I know that the lifers are too smart. So they really they give up on us because they're like, this group is just too smart to scam. Like, we're not your average people, you know? So, AVAX 3L on the radar. Let's take a look here. Because we got interrupted, it pushed the show back. Dang, what a morning. Barely made it to listen. Hey, you're here now, though, baby. Speaking of damage, I have a offer on your Bake NFT. You do, dude? That's so funny, man. I like those tiny cheese wraps in wax. You're funny. Can you look at Crow, please? Smash those like button. Great energy, bro. Hello from Great Britain, man. Shout out to Joker's Wild, man. We love you. Thank you for the $4.49 pound, baby. all the way from across the globe, across the pond, my man. So ApeCoin, someone wants to look at Ape on the daily. Says he likes Ape on the Dizzle. I'm like, okay. I like Ape on the Dizzle too. Let's take a look at what's happening. Okay. So, Ape came out, did some damage. We called that 24 pump. Went up to 27. We nailed that. I don't know if you remember. We had a cup and handle here. Boom. Anyway. Came all the way down with the dump, right? Boom, boom, boom. Ape was fun for a second, and then it wasn't, right? Back down to 6. Bottomed at about $3. So it's up 100%. Not too shabby. So you have your major bottom here. Your next support line here. You have resistance right there. You have a bit of a move there. You have chop right here. We're going to put in a chop bar. A zone of liquidity. That coincides with your second high volume node from the POC sticking out right there. So you got to respect that idea. So you could bounce off that nicely. Then you make your channel. Funny, I'm going to do something crazy. Look at this. There could be something like this brewing. Do we head back lower a little bit? Just something to think about. I'm being open-minded. It's a rising wedge that broke to the downside. It broke out for sure. The measured move of that rising wedge is all the way back to the POC at down here, because that's where we should go. You are dropping on the daily time frame. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. 4 hour has momentum, but it could at any moment loop back down. Just saying, you know. You're seen to have issues at this resistance area. Couldn't get above 721. You fell back. Now you have resistance at 625. That's your new resistance area, or not 625. 660. So sorry. Take a look at your 1 hour time frame. You're overbought trying to loop here. And just kind of following Bitcoin, right? That's Bitcoin in a nutshell right there. It's in the falling wedge. Could break to the upside. I'm not a fan of this market structure at all. I would want to see 8 break above this resistance zone here before I take it before I decided to swing trade it, or come back down to a lower support region and bounce. So yes, it's oversold on the daily. Yes, the 4 hour has momentum, but the structure is not there for me personally. It got rejected hard by 764, and it keeps making lower highs. So it's got to put in its first higher low, a higher high, and then I'll take it seriously. So, like, it's got to break above the zone and put in a higher high. Like, right now, it can't get above that high. It's got to go here, then make a higher low, and then that would be where I would like to get in. So I'd watch the trend on this. I don't like ApeCoin right now, personally. But again, you do whatever makes you happy. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do here should be taken as financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade. Today was going to be a big day, man. I can't believe we got blasted off. Anyway, it is what it is. Let's take a look at Cardano and Jupe, and then I'm out of here for the day. I got to take my wife to lunch, man. She's hungry. The kids need to eat. They watch me all day for 2 hours, and they're like, they're so nice. I wake up in the morning, I do the markets. My wife has been watching the kids tirelessly for 4 hours now, while I've done just what I got to do with my life, right? So my wife is she's the reason why everyone gets what they get in this group, because she keeps me from getting distracted and disrupted. She makes sure that I have full focus for everybody in the group. She knows where her bread is buttered, and she wants to make sure each and every one of you are taken care of with kid gloves, man. She loves you all. She knows. So she makes sure that we have an amazing show, an amazing group, and everything works out. So Cardano, we talking about Cardano bumping. It is in this falling wedge. It broke back inside its own pattern. Okay. Some could you do this? I'm trying to be open-minded. Maybe it's this, and we're retesting. See this? I'm open-minded. We broke out. We're retesting the top trend line. That's bullish for Cardano. That would have to have a low 4 hour stochastic for me to believe in it. Let's take a look. 1 hour is flipping, so it could give us some momentum. I'd like it on the low, though. 4 hour is flipping. Possible retest for Cardano right there on the 4 hour time frame. There it is, baby. Understand what a retest is. Trade your first retest of your life. It's so fun. Retests are the safest trades to make in your life. And that's a 4-hour retest. Hype for the wifer. Shout out to John Linger. You're the man, dude. She's going to love that you said that. I can't wait to show her that. You're awesome, dude. $5 for the wifer. Hype for the wifer, baby. She's also the hottest woman on earth. So, she really is sexy, man. She is. I have to talk about my wife in that way because she gets me going. She's spicy, man. She really is. She's the best thing in my life. I love my wife. Possible retest here for Cardano. Put that on the radar. 1 hour's not in the best place, but the 4-hour does want to make a retest. ADA 3L would give you more. $3X the gains. I mean, hey, I feel like you don't have to go any more than that. People that are trading 5X leverage, 10X leverage, they're just greedy. I don't have to be greedy. You're so amazing. You didn't miss a beat with the live. The wifer is the bomb, Bizzle. Having an amazing lunch together. Thank you so much, Wendizzle. Rising wedges break down 60% of the time. So why do we think Bitcoin is going to 28K? We don't. No one thought anything. See, the problem with you is you said think. Allie, we don't use the word think here. We look at the charts, and the charts tell us what to do. Men lie, women lie. The charts don't lie, baby. So we don't say what we think. That is a rising wedge with a 68% chance to break to the downside. You are spot on, okay? Spot on. But we don't know where Bitcoin's going to go. So if you tell yourself you know, then you may miss out on a huge pump. So right now, we're still holding 23,007. I called the bounce at 23,750, did I not? So far, it looks like we are getting a bit of it, but there's no guarantees. We will take it one step at a time. All right? Let's readjust the situation here. We're still in the falling wedge. We're very oversold now in the 4-hour. I am expecting a bounce. Very oversold in the 1 hour. Attempting that pump back to the upside. 15-minute. Only thing is we don't have any like raw bullish divergence that I usually like to see that like ends the pain, you know? And again, I keep talking about this. If we don't get above this, now we're below the POC. And so if you don't get a back above 24K, you can kiss everything goodbye, all right? So remember that. So whoever just said I think or whatever it is, we don't do that. We don't do what we think and what we saw. We go level by level. Right now, there's resistance. If the bulls must take back 24,300 to remain bullish, the bulls must take back 24,000 to remain bullish. That's clear resistance right now. If we don't get above it, expect more downside. Simple as that. I teach you exactly the proper way to trade Bitcoin. And look, that's a bearish retest. We try to get back in, bearish retest. Is the 7-minute bearish retesting? It is. It's not a good sign. See, we had a descending triangle that broke down. We're trying to get back into it. Looks like we're dropping down again. You know, we try to break back up, heading back down to the bottom of the pattern. I do see some bearishness for Bitcoin beginning, and this could start a downtrend, so we have to be careful at any moment in time. However, the 1 hour and the 4 hour oversold, so we're getting through these smaller time frames as they, you know, and we know if we don't get above 24,063, we will remain bearish, okay? I would pay to see CryptoLifer behind the scenes when the live stream went down. I didn't. I just went like this. I went, what happened? Okay. And I said, all right, this is exactly what I did. You want to see it? I'll replay it. Poof. What happened? Now, the thing is, it had happened twice in the last couple of days. Towards the afternoon, we had a surge and I'd lose the power, right? And so when it happened, I was like, oh, I saw that before, so I wasn't as surprised. I was like, okay, that happens. It's weird, though. Not all outlets got affected. That's what's strange about it. It didn't affect every outlet. Like, my camera stayed on, you know? You're saying Bitcoin has hidden bullish on the 1 hour? Let me see. No, it does not. It does not. Because hidden bullish would be a swing to the upside. There's no hidden bullish on Bitcoin right now. Hands down, not at all. All right? There's some bullish divergence. There's some bullish because that's a swing to the downside, and that isn't. See, swing down here. Downtrend. This doesn't swing as far down. See that? double click it, still a downtrend, but not half as sharp. That is class C bullish divergence, when they both head down, but the one doesn't head down as much. That's not hidden though. All right, so you got to learn your hidden bullish. Congratulations on hitting 33,000 subscribers on the live stream today. Thank you so much. And we're going to go over Jupe, and then we're out of here for the day. Jupe, man, most annoying trade of my life. Jupe. Still sitting here in this wedge. It's just like, when is Jupe? Like, what are you doing? So we're just watching Jupe like this. In this flag, bit of a cup and handle. It's just weird, right? It's oversold on the 4-hour, and it's extremely oversold on the daily. Its time is coming. I'm still in Jupe right now, and I'm waiting. I got a stop loss below this POC, but I'm waiting for Jupe, baby. I'm still in it. I'm stubborn in it now. Like, now I'm just like, I will see you to the end, Jupe. You won't get me. I will get you, Jupe. You know? So now it's like a vendetta for me at this point. You know? Like, I just want to show my positive Jupe trade at one point. Jupe, I call it the snail. Yeah, it's the worst, right? If the stream takes too long, Wifer's going to start tossing hard-boiled eggs at him. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. We just went over Bitcoin in depth. I appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in. Thank you for jumping on into the live. I'll keep you updated. If you're in my trading group, look for my elite charts. Look for my charts. Look for everyone to contribute. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for coming on. 805 people in the trading group. Unbelievable. That's fascinating. We got a lot of people jumping on in during the live today. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications so you can find out when I post my next video. And remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Oh, I got to tell the story about the shirt. Who's here to hear the story about the shirt? It's a crazy story. It involves the police. Oh, that got people to stay, huh? So look, if you're still here, you're going to hear the story about the shirt. So here's the shirt. Yesterday, we can actually look at this, right? Let's look at this, Google Maps. This is actually interesting. All right, Google Maps, right? Let's check this out. So, let's see here, where I was yesterday. I was in Menemsha, all right? So, look, I was over here on this part of the island over here, Menemsha, right? A little town over here called Menemsha. All right, so this is the town I was in. And right here, okay, look, right here, we zoom in. We can't zoom in here. But see right here, there's a gift store, okay? Now, right here, there's a stop sign. You see that stop line? And right here, it looks like it's part of this road, okay? So they had a gift store, and this whole area was full of parking. You couldn't park anywhere at all, all right? At all. It just wasn't going to happen, right? It really won't let me zoom in anymore. Google Maps will let me zoom in. I want to show you this. This is crazy. All right, I'm going to show you this. Hold on. We're going to show you. I got to tell you the story. I thought Google Maps would zoom in. Yeah, there we go. All right, so let's turn on this. I can find exactly where I was. So watch this. This is nuts what happened yesterday. Where's the little guy? We'll throw him down. All right, so check this out. Oh, why did you do that? That's not where I was. That's weird. Hold on. Bear with me now. I'm telling you a story. You just got to stay. This is a crazy story. Crazy story. I want to get out of there. Ah, man. I don't know how to use Google Maps, apparently. I want to get out of here. Escape, 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 escape. All right, X out. All right. All right, so I put myself in there. Just bear with me. I'm going to get us there. All right. Who just want I put myself right on the street there? They keep putting me somewhere else. That's weird. Why are they doing that? They keep putting me like over there, but that's not where I'm putting myself. And this is like a known walking area. Hold on. Maybe I'll put myself like right there, and I'll walk up the street. Come on, Google Maps been everywhere. Really? That's weird. All right. Anyway, we'll zoom all the way down. I should use Google Earth, right? Point is this. This guy had a parking right here, and it said customer parking only. Now, there was no parking anywhere, but there was a spot right here. All right? Right here. Now, if you see, there's a stop sign right here, and there's a pole right there that says stop. So, to me, I felt like his property kind of ended right here. See that? And then everyone else was parking here. Like, all these cars, this is where everyone was parking. So, there was one car here, one car here, one car here, one car here. So, there was a space here, and I pulled in. And I said to the lady, I said, if I buy something from your store, would you allow me to park here? It says customer parking only. She said, no, I would not allow that. You can't buy something and park in our store. And she was like really rude. I was like, okay, no worries. I didn't say anything. I pulled out, and then I saw that this spot was open here. Now, I already kind of rustled their feathers. I get it, but I didn't say anything to the woman. And I pulled in right here. All right? I pulled in right here. Okay? Now, watch. This gets crazy. Listen to this story. So, I pull in right here. All right? She then comes out and says, you can't do that. You can't do that. That's our parking. I told you you couldn't do that. Blah, blah, blah. And I said, I don't know if it's your parking. I said, there's a stop sign right there. And I'm on the other side of it. You know? I was in the other side of the stop sign right there. See that? And I was here diagonally kind of. And now here she has 1, 2, 3 parking spots, a nice little fence. And there's a sign right here in the middle. Don't park it. It's really weird to see that sign would pertain to this area here. She said, well, you're going to get a ticket then. I'm going to make sure your ticket. I was like, well, how much is that ticket? Because, like, I just wanted to have pizza and watch the sunset with my kids and family. So I was like, you know what? I'll take a $40 ticket. Whatever, like, at this point, you know? Like, I couldn't find any parking. There was no way. I was going to miss it. The pizza was getting cold, too. I only got 1 slice. I got beat. Anyway, when I got back, the pizza was sandy cold. It was, you know. Anyway, dads always get beat, you know? So I leave it there. And she's all in a fuss, and I'm like, don't worry. And then I say, hey, I still want to buy something from you because I want to be nice. I walk in the store. I buy this shirt. $63 this shirt cost. Are you kidding me? It's just a regular whatever. Like, it was a $63 shirt called, you know, Menemsha Blues. You know, it's an old, you know, Menemsha Blues in the vineyard, you know. Beautiful blue shirt. I love baby blue. It was my color. I picked it right off. I was like, I want to buy this anyway. I kind of was a power move. I kind of want to just show her that I could buy whatever I want, you know. So I bought the shirt. And she's all like, I just, you know, I can't just. And I was like, and I told her, I said, I love you. And I just kept saying, I love you over and over again. Because I knew she seemed really nervous. So I kept being like, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you, right? So I bought the shirt. And I said, don't worry, it'll be 45 minutes. And then the last thing I said to her, I said, I'm so sorry that you feel so much pressure over this situation. I said, you shouldn't feel that much pressure. You know, I said, I apologize that you feel this much pressure, and I love you. And I walked out. Now, I walked all the way to the beach here because I couldn't find any parking. My family was here at this beach. So I walked all the way down. We started walking back up. And as we walked back up, I saw an old man talking to the police, and the police were right out behind my car. So I figured I was going to get a ticket, right? You get a ticket when you don't park in the wrong place, right? It's not like you broke a law. Like, I don't know if that's breaking a law. Maybe it is. I don't know. But it's a violation. I don't think it's a law. It's a violation. So it's not even a misdemeanor, right? Parking in the wrong place. It's a violation. So it's not like it goes on your record, you know? So I come up and I go to get in the car. He's all over me, basically trying to fight me. How dare you? Who are you? What do you think you're doing? And I walk away. I don't go anywhere near him. I have my baby in my hand. I put my baby in the back seat. And I tell him, I have lawyers, man. If you want a problem, you can call my lawyers. I tell my wife, yo, get a lawyer, call a lawyer, man. Like, you want to, and then he got really close to my wife, and she was like, please excuse me. And like, he was like getting on her. So my wife got frazzled. She threw her bag in the back of the car, but she didn't remember that because the guy was all over her. And she was just like, he got her really nervous. You know, she's not used to dealing with any type of situation like that. So I said, whatever. So I backed up. And right as I'm backing up, she's like, I don't have my bag. Oh my God, I left my bag at the beach. And I'm like, no, you didn't. Calm down. She's like, yeah, I did. Oh my God. And she's like freaking out. So I drive down here and I do a U-turn and I come back up and she's like, we got to go back to the beach. Now I want to get out of here. Like, the cops are like, this guy's all over me. My car is bright red at this point. All right. So I drive. This is last night. This is why I have this shirt on. So I drive all the way back and I get to like right here and I realize there's so much traffic. And then I tell her, I'm like, no, I looked at the beach place. I picked up I didn't leave our trash there. I picked up the box to the pizza and there was nothing there. I said, I double checked because I always forget stuff. I said, you did not leave your bag. It's got to be here. And then my daughter was like, oh, it's right in front of me. So we did a U-turn. As we did a U-turn, the cop was coming looking for me. He stops. He gets out of the car and he asked me my name. He said, yo, this guy is saying you're. The lady said I told her to get a life, which I never said. I told her I love her. Like, I told her I love you 7 times, right? So I thought that was strange, number one. And he said, yeah, this guy's just really crazy. He wants to like, and I'm like, but I said, I don't even know if that's a parking. I was like, then I bought this shirt and I said customer parking only. I was like, am I a customer? I was like, if I got a lawyer on this, I was like, how long do I have to be a customer? For an hour? For a day? For 10 minutes? Like, I can only park while I'm in your store? Where is the clause here? Is there a legal clause on this? I did purchase a piece of item from the man's store, and he claims, right? So I don't know what his deal was. I don't know what he was trying to do. So the guy was like, I'm going to write down your license plate number, and I may have to call you later on in the next couple of days. But I'm going to tell him that you'll never park there again, and that's it. And I was like, all right, man. And so that's why I have this shirt on. Crazy story. The fact that I had to deal with the police over just parking somewhere. And at the same time, I never got a ticket because the cop had to go to the town line and find out whether the cop didn't know where the town line was. He couldn't tell this guy whether I was on his property or not. So I never got a ticket. So the guy was pissed. He was pissed. He wanted me in jail, like leveled up. I don't know what his deal was, but I never got a ticket. I talked to the cop. The cop was a really nice guy, number one. That's the thing. Stay calm, stay cool in every situation, never use profanity, and everything will move out. Yeah, people are strange, man. So that was my day last night. Absolutely insane. But everyone, have a great night. Have a great day. I love you all. Thank you for jumping on in and sitting there for the story. I appreciate it. Thank you for the $41 in chat revenue for the second time. I appreciate, really, really appreciate it, man. Yeah, we'll get a bunch of different channels. You have such old money on the vineyard. They're going weird about things to protect those elite people. I know, it's true, man. Yeah, they're so strange. They are, yo. You hit it on the head, dude. You know that, Puerto Rock. Everyone, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. I'll be posting more charts. I'll be going over Bitcoin and keeping you updated in the trading group. We also have an elite group. We also have the learning library. So much at your fingertips. It's time to change your life. Everyone, I'll see you tomorrow on the next live stream. Be safe. And the music ends.